What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and breaking news coming out. Buckle your seatbelts. A lot happening in the past couple hours. Stick with me throughout this video. I've got video footage and articles for you on stimulus checks, where things stand with the economy, what the Federal Reserve just said, and inflation, and we have updates on the Omicron variant, you guys. As take a look at this. Fed chair says Omicron is a risk to the economy, and could that mean more stimulus checks? Articles coming out just like this right after we heard breaking news coming out from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. And take a look. The stock market has already reacted. Stocks take a tumble over the potential economic fallout from the Omicron variant. Now, that's not all. Also, take a look at this. Fed Chair Jerome Powell retires the word transitory in describing inflation. We've been hearing this is going to be temporary. Prices are increasing, but don't worry, it'll subside. And now they're starting to say it's time to admit the fact that this is going to be here for quite some time. So for those of you that were thinking that this wasn't transitory, looks like you're going to be able to say that you were right in your assumptions. As take a look at this. Stocks fall as investors consider the possibility of a faster taper of bond purchases. Powell warns that elevated inflation justifies faster reduction of bond purchases. The risk of higher inflation has increased, he said, and Powell says inflation factor will linger well into next year. So increasing prices are here to stay, and they're going to do their best to try to combat this, but the economy is going to feel the impacts of this. Now, also, as we mentioned, Omicron is on a tear. We have some video footage and updates on this as well. As take a look. Travel is back, but Omicron could change everything. And take a look at this, you guys. Coming out today, Moderna CEO says that the current vaccines likely won't work as well against this new Omicron variant. Now, I've got the video footage on some of the updates that we're getting as they're saying that there's the spikes that have mutations of over 30 different variations that make it more likely that it could evade vaccines and still cause people to get sick. Now, we still don't know if this is going to be a more deadly variant, but we're hearing that this is likely much more transmissible. So a whole lot of breaking news coming out. I'm going to get you guys caught up to date, and we're going to be seeing how is Congress going to respond? How is the economy going to be impacted? Will we need more checks? I'm going to get you caught up on all of this in this video. Stick with me. We've got articles and video footage so you can stay up to date on the latest, you guys. So let's go ahead and dive right in. But before we do me a quick favor, smash the like button if you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on all the breaking news. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, totally free. I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on. And also, thank you for all the support on the second channel, Steve Ram Finance. If you're interested in growing wealth, learning about personal finance, consider joining that channel. I'll pin a comment down below. You can click the link, go subscribe, turn on notifications. Really excited about launching that later on in the end of the year. I think it's going to help out a ton of people with personal finance. And also, if you have any specific questions for me, go ahead and shoot them to me on Instagram at SteveRam3. Best way to get a hold of me, and I can go ahead and respond to any questions you got, get you any answers that you need, you guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right in. And first, let's take a look at this article that just came out in response to what Federal Reserve Jerome Powell just had to say, where they're saying this might lead to more checks. Let's go ahead and take a look. So link in the description below to this article that just came out that says the Fed chair says Omicron is a risk to the economy. Could that mean more stimulus checks? Now, the article says that the rise and rapid spread of the Omicron variant is already taking a toll on the U.S. markets today and has the World Health Organization on high alert. And that's renewing demand for a fourth stimulus check among some people. Now, to date, nearly 3 million people have signed a Change.org petition calling for reoccurring $2,000 payments to adults and $1,000 payments for children, making it one of the platform's most signed petitions. And the Senior Citizens League continues to call for $1,400 stimulus to assist the cost of living adjustments for seniors as well. Now, let me know your thoughts. Are you one of the people that support reoccurring monthly checks? Well, we're hearing they're calling for more. But even with Omicron, the odds remain remarkably low, with lawmakers showing no appetite for a fourth round of checks. And those of you that follow me here on the channel know that they're working away right now on that stimulus package, and it does not include a fourth check, and they're actually reducing the overall price tag of that package, so it's not looking very likely they're going to get it included, as there are concerns from conservative, moderate Democrats of inflation and debt and what's going to be happening with the economy. Now, we will see. I will keep you up to date here on the channel. Now, the variant is certainly having a big impact in the short time. The World Health Organization has labeled it a very high global risk, saying that the unprecedented number of spike mutations in the variant could impact the trajectory of our pandemic. And the Dow has lost roughly 700 points in the past 2 trading sessions on concerns of the virus, while the S&P index has dropped 54, and both markets down sharply in early trading on Tuesday. So you guys, a lot of impacts, a lot of shaking up, and people are wondering, are we going to need more checks to make it through this? Well, let's take a look at the actual video footage of what Jerome Powell had to say just a couple hours ago today on inflation and Omicron. Let's go ahead and take a look.
The recent rise in COVID-19 cases and the emergence of the Omicron variant pose downside risks to the employment and economic activity and increased uncertainty for inflation. Greater concerns about the virus could reduce people's willingness to work in person, which would slow progress in the labor market and intensify supply chain disruptions.
With these new variants coming on board, what are the markers you're going to look at to determine how that might influence Fed activity?
So at this point, I think we're all looking at the same thing, and we're listening to the experts, which are not. I'm certainly not one of those, but I talk to those people, and it's really about transmissibility. It's about the ability of the existing vaccines to address any new variant. And it's about the severity of the disease once it is contracted. And we don't know. I think we're going to know. What I'm told by experts is that we'll know quite a bit about those answers within about a month. We'll know something, though, within a week or 10 days. And then and only then can we make an assessment of what the impact would be on the economy. As I pointed out in my testimony, for now it's a risk. It's a risk to the baseline. It's not really baked into our forecast.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Now, after that, the stock market was shook as there is so much uncertainty right now about what's going to be unfolding with Omicron. But we do have some video updates for you. I'm going to be sharing the latest that we've heard about the mutations. And as we heard, he said it's likely going to be maybe another couple weeks or so before we have all the details and we know what it is that we're dealing with. But right now, here's the latest coming out on this new variant. Let's go ahead and take a look.
This is ground zero for Omicron. Scientists in this high-risk biohazard lab arm themselves for another day on the COVID battlefront. They are hot on the trail of the new mutant strain circling the globe.
Zay, I'm coming to give you a cryo box from the freezer.
Here, they are growing live Omicron, which will be tested against the blood of fully vaccinated people, as well as those who were previously infected. Heading up this team at the Africa Health Research Institute is virologist Alex Segal.
This is probably the most mutated virus we'd ever seen.
The variant has more than 50 mutations, over 30 in the spike protein, making it easier to attach itself to human cells.
It's more of a Frankenstein than others, but it's always something new. I mean, the virus keeps surprising us.
Now they are collaborating with other scientists to determine if the variant blunts vaccine immunity.
This lab has received multiple requests for samples of Omicron, which are being packed to be shipped off to other research institutes around the country.
Wow, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Over 50 different mutations, 30 of which are attached to the spikes, which they say are the things that grab on to the human cells and infect individuals. And they're studying this, researching it as quickly as possible to try to get a hold of what it is that we're dealing with here. And we've already heard that this has spread to countries around the globe and is currently in North America. And we heard from President Joe Biden yesterday, who said that this will be making its way to the U.S. And we heard Dr. Anthony Fauci say it's all about preparation and what we're going to be doing to combat this as it makes its way here, you guys. So that is the latest. I'll be sure to keep you up to date. Let me know your thoughts on this. The stock market, are we going to need more checks, even though we're hearing Congress currently is not including it in the stimulus package? However, we also did hear that there is going to be more stimulus reconciliation bills on the way coming in 2022, and we will see what they decide to include include. I will keep you up to date on everything here on the channel, you guys, and let you know the latest of what's unfolding. And as always, thank you so much for joining me. If you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button for the algorithm. Helps on my channel, just lets them know you appreciate the content. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If this is your first time here and you want to stay up to date, you can, totally free. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about personal finance and growing wealth. And if you got any specific questions for me, I'm easy to get a hold of. All you got to do is shoot me a DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. But with that being said, you guys, hope this reaches you well. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.